Hi guys, welcome back to the second lecture of Karnataka specific issues relating to environment and ecology. This is the part of study online initiative of Nama KPSC Academy powered by Bangalore IAS Academy. We are studying about India's State of Forest Report 2019. Today, let us cover details of the definitions provided in India State of Forest Report. So, first of all, let us study about forest cover. Forest cover is defined as an area more than 1 hectare in extent and having a tree canopy density of 10% and above. So, from the definition, you can see that there are two criterions to decide forest cover. First of all, area. So, to define a forest cover, the area of the place must be more than 1 hectare. And secondly, the next criterion is tree canopy density. So you must be wondering what is tree canopy density now. So tree canopy density refers to the proportion of an area in forest that is covered by crown of trees. So what we understand here, in an hectare area, if the proportion of area covered by crown of trees is 10% or more, then we consider it as forest cover. Moving on, the next definition which we must know about is tree cover. So, tree cover means the area covered by crown of trees that is too small to be delineated by digital interpretation used for the forest cover assessment. So, what do we understand from this definition? So, if the percentage of crown of trees, that is the tree canopy density, if it is less than 10%, it will be very difficult for digital interpretation which will be used for forest cover assessment. So, such areas will be classified as tree cover. Now, let us make out the clear difference between forest cover and tree cover. So, if the forest canopy density is more than 10%, we consider it as forest cover, and if it is less than 10%, we call it tree cover. Now, let us see a question. Question says that tree canopy density is most important parameter to determine tree cover, true or false. The correct answer is true. We have already studied that tree canopy density of an area and the area of forest are parameters to define the forest cover and tree cover. This table presents the details of forest cover classified in terms of canopy density classes. From the table you can see that the forest lands with canopy density less than 10% will be called as scrublands. You can recognize it through this picture. Just by looking at the picture itself, you can decide that the canopy density is less than 10%. So, a point you must remember here is that even scrublands are considered in evaluation of the forest area of a country. Now, the next question that arises in your mind is why should we measure the tree cover and forest cover? So, according to the National Forest Policy of India 1988, 33% of the geographical area of India must be under forest and tree cover. So, this is the contribution of Government of India towards mitigating global climate change. Hence, in this background, we must know the details of forest cover and tree cover. Now, let us study about forest cover change matrix. So, change in forest cover is a dynamic process. A change matrix gives a quantitative account of class wise change and also the flux of changes among the classes between the current and previous assessment. Change matrix has been prepared by aggregating the change polygons pertaining to different cells in the matrix. For example, in the first cell of medium dense forest, column shown in red color is the aggregated area of polygons which have changed from very dense forest to medium dense forest. Whereas the second cell in the very dense forest column shown in green is aggregated area of polygons which have improved from medium dense forest to very dense forest. So the values shown in green color represent improvement whereas those shown in red color indicate impairment or loss of forest cover in the three density classes scrub and non-forest area. So this table presents the forest cover change matrix for India and this table presents the details of forest cover change matrix for Karnataka. So based on this table, let us solve a question. The question says that the non-forest area of Karnataka has decreased when compared to 2017. True or false? The correct answer is true. So you can match the answer with this table. Continuing, the next definition which we must study is recorded forest area. So it is all land that is recorded as forest in government records. So it contains reserved forest, wildlife sanctuaries, and everything. Next definition is trees outside forest. So trees outside forest refers to all trees growing outside recorded forest area irrespective of patch size, which could also be larger than 1 hectare. So from this definition you might get a question that is there any difference between trees outside forest and tree cover? The answer is no. The criterion is both same. It is just that the tree cover is a subset of trees outside forest. So the next question that arises in your mind is what are the objectives of the forest cover and tree cover mapping? So first objective is to monitor forest cover and changes therein at the national, state and district levels. Secondly, to generate information on forest cover in different density classes and changes therein. Thirdly, to produce forest cover and other thematic maps derived from it for the whole country. Next is assessment of different parameters like growing stock, forest carbon, etc. Now let us see few miscellaneous definitions. First of all, growing stock. So growing stock is defined as volume of all living trees in a given area of forest or wooded land that have more than the certain diameter at breast height. Next definition is greenwash. Survey of India shows some area as green in their topographic sheets. So this green area is usually referred to as greenwash. The next definition is forest carbon. So forest carbon is a quantitative measure. It is related to carbon sequestration. That is how much carbon a forest can hold. So those were few important definitions which we had to study. Before concluding the session, let us solve a question. So the question says which of the following statements are correct? Statement A says evergreen forests have a tree canopy density of more than 70%, and statement B says scrublands are also considered in evaluation under National Forest Policy of India 1988. So the options are option 1 statement A is correct, option 2 statement B is correct, option 3 both the statements are correct, and option 4 none of the statements are correct. So in statement 1 it is clear that evergreen forests are rich in trees and so there will be more canopy density. So statement A is right. You can answer such questions even without knowing the actual value. Coming to second statement, we know as per National Forest Policy 1988, 33% of area must be under forest cover and tree cover. So we already read that scrublands are those lands with tree canopy density under 10%. So they will be included under tree cover and hence considered in evaluation under National Forest Policy 1988. So correct answer is option 3. Both the statements are correct. So guys, we are concluding the session. In the next video, let us discuss few important details of Karnataka state presented in India State of Forest Report. Until then, stay home, stay safe and learn with Nama KPSC. In the description box, you shall find the links to download the materials of Nama KPSC Academy. You can contact us for more details and even you can connect us through the comment section. So thank you.